Hello friends, family members, fellow colleagues, fellow students. Welcome to LABventures. For this first episode, I kind of figured that I say we as if I'm more than one person. I figured that I would just kind of go through character creation, tell you guys a little bit about myself so that you're not totally in the dark when we get to the later videos. For my playthrough, I am doing World of Warcraft, specifically the Mists of Pandaria expansion, although I will be leveling up 1 to 90, maybe doing a little bit of endgame content depending on how far we get. I'll probably say we a lot, even though I'm one person. I am a student. I already said that. Fellow students. I work and I learn at the University of Texas at Dallas and here in Richardson, Texas. Specifically, I am an A-Tech major, which is Arts and Technology, which is a very cool... there's lots of different tracks in A-Tech. You have programming. Most programmers are CS majors, but you look at a little bit of programming, you get like character artists, storyboarders, a lot of the traditional arts, as well as video game design, sound design, animation, modeling, texturing, rigging, things like that. And it's a very, very fun and very comprehensive program, depending on which path you choose. I'm kind of a strange hodgepodge of sound design and game design myself, so I do like to focus on the sound and the music in games, which I'll probably talk about that a lot in World of Warcraft, because it does have phenomenal music. I am an avid World of Warcraft player. I've been playing since right before Burning Crusade came out, so I just got the tail end of Vanilla WoW. And I think that for this, I kind of want to go with a character or a class that I've never played before. I'm traditionally Alliance. My main's a human paladin, which is almost a cookie-cutter generic good guy, but I have a soft spot in my heart for those ones. So I think, I've always played Alliance, so I think that for this playthrough I'm going to go with Horde, which just becomes the choice of Orc, Undead, Tauren, Troll, Blood Elf, Goblin, or Pandaren. Because Pandarens are neutral, you can pick which side when you finish the intro area. I actually think I want to go with Orc. You kind of my cookie cutter good guy is, I might as well play the total foil of him, which would be just a generic Orc. As for a class, I haven't played Warrior, I haven't played Priest, I've played very little Warlock, and since Priest is not even an option, I think I'm going to go with Warrior. I figure that maybe some of my skills as a Paladin will be translatable to a fellow plate-wearing DPS and / or tank class. If you've never played WoW before, wow, actually this whole character creation screen is a lot different than the last time I made a character, which is cool. I like this kind of zoomed in option. Like I was saying, if you've never played WoW before, it's got a kind of a bad rep for being, crazy addictive and you're gonna get sucked in. But I know that I was in junior high and high school, but I think if you just manage your time wisely, you don't really have to worry about that. Let's see, what kind of skins do we have? They look pretty much, with the exception of this kind of gray and this kind of blue, they all look green, which is appropriate. Orcs are always green in any kind of media. I think I like the generic green. Might go one shade lighter. Okay, face, very important. As anyone who's played any kind of RPG knows, character creation is probably the most important part. And even though in WoW there isn't a whole lot of role-playing per se, there are role-playing servers where you can do that, it's still a kind of... it's not even necessary to further anything in the game to role-play. But I do think that the class you create, the character you create, the race you decide on, does kind of say a little bit something about yourself. And looks like for Orc faces, we've got kind of young Orc, we've got angry Orc, old Orc, needs to sleep Orc with 5 o'clock shadow, we've got angry old Orc, we've got kind of thrall blue eye Orc, red eye Orc, old, and also angry and old. Not a lot of positive emotions among the Orcs. I think I really like this angry. If I'm playing a warrior, he has to be angry, right? Hairstyle. Oh, I definitely don't want that ponytail. Nothing against ponytails, but it doesn't seem very warrior-like. Now a mohawk definitely sounds and looks awesome. Could be bald. Bald is beautiful, but I think I'm sold on the mohawk, actually. And there's a barber shop in-game, too, that you can always change your hairstyle. Hair color? This is a tough one, too. I tend to shy away from the stranger colors like purple and red and stuff. I think I'm actually just going to go with black. As for facial hair, always like orcs that have enormous beards, but these look like sorry excuses for beards. That's like half a beard at best. Actually, I think the best was this one. Oh, I actually like that. I actually like that quite a lot. So we'll do male, and as you probably could have guessed by the channel name, we're going to go with Haberdasher as the name. Thankfully, it was not already taken, which would have ruined this whole video and this whole channel. Maybe I did a little bit of research to find out which realms had a Haberdasher. Realm I decided on Ysera, simply because it's normal, and I'm a huge chicken when it comes to PvP, and it's new players, and I figured, well, I'm not a new player. I don't want to play on my old realm, because I don't want the boons of, you know, buying on account gear and things like that. And I kind of just wanted to start fresh and have a whole new experience, almost. Because I do miss being a noob and having that, you know, that very simple mindset where you don't know anything and you get to learn, you get to experience the whole game. And I really miss that. It's something that, you know, a lot of people say, oh, I wish I could go back and watch this movie again for the first time, or read this book for the first time, listen to this album for the first time, play this game for the first time. And I strongly feel that way about World of Warcraft. It was quite an experience the first time through. And hopefully it will be this time as well. Hopefully I'll get to share my experience with you watchers and listeners. And we'll see how it goes from there, I guess. Looks like we've got... I like this loading screen. I don't think I've seen this loading screen before either. I haven't played in quite a while. Got the kind of leaders of the races that live in Kalimdor, which is the northeast, south, western continent.
The Great Cataclysm has shattered more than just the world. War Chief Thrall, arguably the most powerful living shaman, has left his people behind so that he might stop the cataclysm at its source.
Oh no.
Yet, in his absence, the orc champion Garrosh Hellscream has become the Horde's new war chief.
He's not a great guy, that
Though
Garrosh.
popular amongst the orcs for his victories against the Lich King, Garrosh's reckless leadership has begun to cause a rift between himself and the other leaders of the Horde. With Durotar's natural resources nearly depleted, Garrosh seeks to take whatever his people need to survive, regardless of who stands in his way.
Not a nice guy.
A dangerous new era for the Horde has dawned, and it falls to brave orcs like you to uphold the will of the new war chief and assure the dominance of your people.
Alrighty, well, oh my goodness. Yep, I've got a lot of add-ons, so I think we'll call this a night or a video. I'll try to clean up this UI a little bit before the next video. Get it back to kind of my usual mix, my usual little layout that I have. And then we will definitely pick this back up, and we will travel through Durotar, whilst the Valley of Trials, into Durotar, Kalimdor, and eventually the rest of the world. So, see you guys next video. Have a good one.